guys, so here we are with the 94, 95 Skidoo Summit 670. We had a little bit of surprise. You can see a little bit of staining on the exhaust there. Well, I pulled the exhaust off to get to the stator housing. Yeah, no big deal. Except when I pulled the tune pipe off the engine and about 1.5 liters of gasoline poured out. So that was a thing. Okay guys, so last night I pulled the pull start off, got the flywheel and the rotor for the generator rotor. I'm not sure the proper term. Anyways, we got that off, got the stator off. Tonight I'm gonna pull the carbs off because so I'll go over why. Magnet rotor, it's in good shape. Stator, well, it clearly borked because I ran the bolts too far in trying to get this stupid thing off the crankshaft, which just about caused me to break my hand. Anyways, not too worried about it because this part was no good anyways. The lighting circuit was an open circuit, or it wasn't open, but it was way outside the range allowable. So I wanted to replace this anyways because she was foobar, and the ignition generator circuit was on the limit of what was allowable. So it wasn't helping matters. These units do not have a choke on them because they have a rotary valve. It is a Rotax engine. What they do have is a primer. Sometimes these will leak and allow fuel to pour into the intake. Easy check for that is you just pinch off the primer line for the gas, and if that fixes it, then you know your primer is leaking past. Not a big deal because you can always get home by giving it a couple pumps to get started, then clamping the line off with a pair of vice grips or something. It's not going to leave you stranded though, probably. Anyways, so I'm going to get new plugs, new coil, new stator. The ignition pickup, the ignition trigger was perfectly in the middle of the measurement range on the ohm meter. So Alright guys, so you can see we've got the rotor in there. That was a bit of a struggle bus doing that, but it's in there. Now I just gotta deal with all this wiring. In the time lapse you saw me replace the connectors on here. I'm going with the Deutsch connector, or douche. I'm not sure how the actual pronunciation is, but that's what I've put on there. That's just for the AC coil, for the lighting circuits and heaters and stuff. So it's pretty it's not mission critical. I am using the factory connector for the ignition. So now I just got to finish reassembling this, put the rotor in, put the pull start on, and we're off to the race. Alright guys, so we got the rotor assembly all together. We still have the ignition unhooked. We're going to give her a compression test here. I've got it on, it's threaded in, all ready to go. So I'm going to give this some pulls and we'll see what we get. Really hoping it's above 110. It's about, it's 118. Well, we're right around 124. So we're within 4 PSI. I'd say that's fine. Alright guys, so you can see here we got the wiring done. I replaced the taped together terminals with a Deutsch connector for the AC coil. The grounds I just crimped and put some heat shrink wrap on them. This is the starter wire, so I just put some adhesive lined heat shrink on it and then pinched it on the end to keep it from shorting out. We got the coil in. Everything's looking pretty good there. Alright guys, I think we've got her all back together. I've confirmed we got spark. The exhaust is all back together, pull starts working, the engine turns over without making funny noises, so nothing's hitting. The only thing I don't know about is fuel. So I guess we're gonna find out here. Oh, okay, I swear to God, that was my first try. Woo! So now I just need to make sure fuel's getting from the tank down to the carbs, which I'm not seeing any yet.
A few minutes later.
Okay, this is another try. Yes! It's working! Oh my God! Woo! Yes! Oh, my back! Okay, here we are, pulling one of these things over that many times. Well guys, I'm hoofing it. I don't know what happened. I think the stator died again. The light's not turning on. Engine won't even cough. I am disappointed.
1 week later.
We're a few hours short of a full week since this thing broke down on the side of the hill. And guess what? Once I get over there, 3, 2, 1. It works for real this time. Well, the good news, we got out to our super secret testing area. And it still started. Took me a few pulls, but I ran it. I shut the fuel off and then shut the engine off a few minutes later, so carbs were a little low. But she's running. We're gonna take her for a test trip, see how she chooches.